Okay, Professor Bear here again. A quick one. So we got this Google ad grants thing. Supposedly they give you 10,000 a month to support your nonprofit. Our nonprofit is Humanitarians AI. So what we did is we did a lot of the research. We went and looked at Google Ads grants. We did research using AI to help us to what are exactly all your rules? What do we need to do? They told us we had to make, excuse me, very specific pages. So this is what we did. So we made very targeted pages for our campaigns. So they're super relevant. We got a 99.9% relevancy score because basically our keywords match what we say, and what we say is what we do. So these are actual programs, and we explain exactly what we do on a page, then link to the page that explains that. So we get a very high relevancy score. In spite of that, we have zero impressions, not zero clicks, zero impressions. And this is over 3 days for probably 2,000, 3,000 keywords, zero impressions. So one comment on Google is Google's a $1 trillion company. They need to hire a UX UI person. What I should be able to do is just type in my nonprofit, what I want to do in a chatbot, and it would guide me through creating an optimal campaign. This is Google. Google. I don't know what they're worth. What is their market cap? Something trillion. I know NVIDIA is like 5 trillion. Google's got to be close to that. Google is worth more than certain countries, and they can't hire a UX person. If they hired me, I would solve this in a month. They need an interface where you can literally just have a conversation with it, talk to. I have a PhD in computer science, minors in statistics, minors in artificial intelligence, minors in computational biology. I did my postdoc at Harvard, got my PhD at UCLA, and I have zero impressions. Google needs to hire a UX person. I don't get it. It's whatever it's worth. It's probably at least $1 trillion. I'll look it up after this. What it's worth. To hire a UX person, Google. It's not that hard. Nevertheless, we have to deal with Google the way it is. They did give us this grant, which so far has given us nothing. So I don't know if it's just fictional, whether it's just like them claiming they give nonprofits thing, but they don't really, because it's so difficult to use that nobody actually uses it. So what I did is I did research. So what I did is I asked Google, and here's one thing that Google does do well, is their Gemini research tool is very effective. So I basically clicked on deep research and said, hey, Google, what the hell? Google doesn't know what it's doing. Hey, Google, tell me why Google doesn't know what it's doing. And then it did. So what it basically did is it gave me the summary, which I'll look into in a bit. So what it told me is I need to use something called what is it called here? Smart bidding. I have no idea what this means. So in the next one, I'll look up what it means. I'll look up how we set that up. But the basic issue is this. It's people spend ridiculous amounts on these keywords. Where we had these low volume keywords. I mean, many of our keywords are so low volume, Google does not accept them because they're too low volume for Google, which has a bajillion searches a day. And half of our keywords are so low volume, they're even too low volume for Google. But we kept the one. So if it says low volume, too low volume, we just leave them. So we just delete it. So we got ones which have low volume, but we're okay with that. We're okay with giving them 10,000, 100,000 keywords and getting a click here, a click there, as long as our total clicks spend our $10,000 a month. So far, we don't have a single impression in 3 days. So the next step is I need to do more research exactly what the smart bidding thing means. If we have smart building on by default, that's doing a good job. I can tell you that. But my guess is it's not on because we don't have a single impression. So the main point of this thing here is Google used to hire a UX person. This is true for Google Cloud and everything Google does. They're good at doing the back-end engineering. They are terrible at UX. It's unbelievable how bad they are at UX. Given that I can understand a small company with 2, 3 people not having good UX. So they can't hire a UX person. This is Google. Google, hire UX people. In fact, hire a UX department. Your UX is so bad in everything you do. Get a director of usability into your ecosystem. All of you do courses on your tools to learn how to use your tools. That's your UX. Your tools are so complicated that you have courses on how to use tools, which should be simple. This AdSense thing should be a chatbot. It should be me typing in what my nonprofit is about, what our initiatives are, and then clicking go. And it will optimize and figure out everything for me. That's not the way Google works. And so we're going to have to figure it out because we want to use our 10,000 a month ad grant thing. And we will figure it out eventually. It's just unbelievable how bad Google's UX UI is. So this is where we're currently at. We have zero, not zero clicks. We have 0 impressions with maybe 2,000 low volume keywords. 0 impressions in 3 days. And it's also remarkable that people spend like $15 on these keywords. How is a keyword worth $15 to you? What are you selling? A Lamborghini? I mean, how is this possible? Anyway, it is what it is. And so the point is, brownie point for Google, your deep research tool did help me sort of have a plan of attack what to do next. I don't know whether this smart bidding thing will work, but I'll do more research on it and try it. Again, with everything I do research. So what's good about the research tools? You can basically research anything. And so here the research was not, what the thought. We set up everything exactly to Google's rules. We have a 99% relevance score, and we have 0 impressions. What's the deal? And it gave us some concrete suggestions, so we'll try them. I haven't tried them yet. This is a short video on just, sort of steps. And here we go. So our next series in this is I'll figure out what the smart bidding is and explain it to people. Once I understand, I have no idea what it is. I have a vague idea. It's sort of algorithms doing the bidding for you. But I don't know specifically how it works and specifically how to set it up. My guess is we don't have it set up. So there's two situations here. Either we don't have it setting up or it sucks. Because if we haven't set it up and it's still getting us 0 impressions, then the tool sucks. But my guess is that more likely case is that we had to click something or do something or whatever in their impossible interface in order to get this to work. So that's what we'll look at. We'll look into sort of how do we set up smart bidding and then share our experience. Did it help? Anything is better than what we're getting now. We're getting 0. Not a single impression in 3 days for like 2,000 keywords. And so, but according to Google, our relevancy is as high as it can get. And we'll talk about that as well. We'll talk about setting up websites specifically for Google because you need to sort of set up your pages to sort of match the AdSense. So I'm confident about the relevancy. This smart bidding thing I'm gonna have to figure out. So that's it. That's my rant for the day. Again, Google, if you ever watch these things, hire a UX person. In fact, hire a director of UX. I haven't seen anything that you do where the UX is good. Anything. I've seen a lot of good tech from Google. Back-end stuff. I've never seen a good UX thing ever in Google. The only decent UX thing was the original, just like type in and get a search and get something back. That's the only good UX thing Google has ever done. So anyway, I'll continue on my Google Ads grants experience for nonprofits. And we'll eventually figure this out. But we're at a point now where we set up everything right. Our Google things are running, but we're getting 0 impressions. In spite of me having a PhD in computer science, a minor in statistics, and a minor in AI, and another minor in computational biology, having done my postdoc at Harvard. And it's hard for me to figure out. And so we'll just share our experience. Okay? Take care.